Welcome back to the Michael Cohen Show on our continued journey to 500,000 subscribers. We're moving and we're doing great thanks to you. So hit subscribe, watch, comment, and share because the chaos, it's here every single day. While we were all mourning this tragedy of the airplane that hit with the helicopter, there was something else going on too. Kash Patel and Tulsi Gabbard had their confirmation hearings. And I think it's important that we discuss it. But the first thing that I want to show you is a clip of Kash Patel being asked the simplest of questions. And I want each and every one of you to think for a second, what would you say if in fact you were asked the following question? Did Joe Biden win the 2020 election? Here's what he had to say. Play the clip.
Can you say the words, Joe Biden won the 2020 election?
Joe Biden was the president of the United States.
I'm going to stay on this. There's a difference. I can say the words, Donald Trump won. I don't like to say it, but I must say it.
I mean, why is it so hard? Did you notice that it is the same 5 words or 6 words, right? Joe Biden was the president. I mean, for God's sakes, why can't you just say that he won the election? Because that's not the message that's coming out from the campaign. That's not the message that's coming out now from the president. And that's not what he wants to hear. And each and every one of them that we have heard the same words, the same language used, they are working off of a talking points memo. I know, I've seen the memos before. I remember during the campaign in 2017, 2016, when Trump would put out, the staff would put out every single day a talking points memo based upon what Trump wanted to hear. Then, of course, Patel is asked about his enemies list, something that he wrote about in his book. It contains like 61 names on it. They asked him about this. Here's what he had to say again. Play the clip.
We have heard already your book includes a list of 60 people who you think make up part of the executive branch deep state. Mr. Patel, if confirmed, do you plan to investigate President Trump's former FBI Director Christopher Wray? Yes or no?
I have no plans in going backwards. I have plans in safeguarding.
How about James Comey? Do you plan to investigate him?
Senator, every investigation will be subject to the same
legal standard.
Do you
plan to investigate James Comey, who's on your list?
I have no intentions of going backwards.
How about Bill Barr?
Intention of using the Constitution.
How about Bill Barr? Do you plan to investigate him, who's on your executive branch deep state, and you say you're going to ferret out the deep state?
No one
yes or
that
no?
did not break the law will be investigated.
No answers to any of those.
Right. No answers. It's such a simple question. My God, when you're watching these hearings, are you not as frustrated as I? It is a yes or no question. And by the way, he could have easily just said no. Listen to the wording that this senator had asked. Do you intend to go after James Comey? Well, maybe today he doesn't intend to, but tomorrow he does. He could certainly say that, right? I mean, he could say it and just say, no, I don't. No, as of now, this moment, no, I don't. And if they ask him a follow-up, well, what will you intend to do it tomorrow? I don't know. I can't tell you what I'm going to do tomorrow. I can't tell you what I'm going to have for breakfast tomorrow. But as of right this moment, which is all I could speak of, I have no intention of going after anybody. He could have said that and gotten away with it. Now, he's also asked about General Mark Milley. I want to be clear about something. Mark Milley, former Joint Chiefs of Staff, a 4-star general, decorated beyond decorated. He's being called a traitor by this individual and can't even ask the question, cannot answer a question in terms of do you intend to go after 4-star General Mark Milley? Play the clip.
Your boss has said that General Milley, who served us with great distinction, I happen to have great admiration for, should be tried for treason. Do you agree with that?
Senator, everybody's entitled to their opinion. The only thing that matters at the FBI is whether the law is followed.
Okay, I know everybody's entitled to their opinion.
Right. I mean, why not just answer the question? It's unbelievable. None of these individuals, these nominees, can answer a single question, yes or no. Do you intend to go after a 4-star general? Because that's what Trump wants you to do. Just say no. Now, I want to talk about Patel's involvement, his own involvement in J6 and the J6 choir. This is what he had to say. Play the clip.
And you know about the song that, in fact, you produced, you promoted, and you used to, as you put it, raise awareness and support for the political prisoners still locked in jail. Those J6 choir, were they political prisoners?
I don't know everyone in the J6 choir.
That's what you said.
That's
correct?
not how I read it, Senator.
This is your tweet. That's your whole statement.
Well, I'm
You
reading
won't
it
stand
now.
behind your own statements made in tweets, countless of them. As a matter of fact, as you put it to Steve Bannon on his show, then we went into a studio and recorded it, mastered it, digitized it, and put it as a song, now releasing it exclusively in the War Room. That was the J6 prison choir song.
And all proceeds were given away to charity to help families
And you
in
called
need.
them political prisoners. Julian Cater, do you know what he did?
I don't know who that is, Senator.
Well, he's one of the J6 prison choir.
You seem to know more about
Identified
it than I
in a court filing. And you're saying now you don't know who he is? You glorified him and the rest of that choir? He's the one who sprayed U.S. Capitol Police Officer Brian Sicknick with pepper spray. Officer Sicknick died the next day.
He's a liar. All right? Kash Patel is a liar. He knows exactly who the guy is by name. Sure, maybe he hasn't had dinner with him. Maybe they don't hang out. But he knows who he is. And if he doesn't, boy, you're sure that this is the guy who you want to nominate for the position? Really? Adam Schiff then jumps in and he pushes Patel even harder, using, again, his own words against him. Play the clip.
Senator Durbin asked you about the January 6th choir of inmates whose song you promoted, and here's what you said. I did not have anything to do with the recording. I did not have anything to do with the recording. Do you stand by that testimony, Mr. Patel?
Senator, what I said was I didn't do the recording.
You said you didn't have anything to do with the recording, which is interesting because here's what you told Steve Bannon on his podcast. So what we thought would be cool is if we captured that audio and then, of course, had the greatest president, President Donald J. Trump, recite the Pledge of Allegiance. Then we went to a studio and recorded it, mastered it, digitized it, and put it out as a song now releasing exclusively on the War Room. We. If you had nothing to do with it, Mr. Patel, why did you tell Steve Bannon and all his listeners that you did?
That's why it says we, as you highlighted.
Yeah, and you're part of the we, right? When you say we, that includes you, doesn't it, Mr. Patel?
Not in every instance.
Well, that's new. So when you said we, you didn't really mean you. Is that your testimony?
Not unless you have a new definition for the word we.
Oh, okay. I always thought we included the person who pronounced the word, but maybe not. Well, you also said this, Mr. Patel. We were able to capture the recording thanks to their courageous singing, and we were able to take it to a studio. So let me ask you, Mr. Patel, after saying we took it to a studio, did you take it to a studio?
Me personally, no.
After you said that we digitized and recorded it and all that, did you take it to a studio and digitize and record it?
Me personally, no.
Okay, so you were lying to Steve Bannon and his audience. Is that what you're saying?
No, I was using the proverbial we appropriately, as you've
the
identified.
royal we. Oh, I see. And so
What an asshole. Seriously? Again, just turn around and own it. Own it. Now, I want to show you a clip from Tulsi Gabbard's hearing. It's enough with Patel, right? We all know exactly what he is and what he's doing. She's asked if Edward Snowden was a traitor. Remember Edward Snowden, who gave away government secrets? gave away U.S. government secrets, asked to Tulsi Gabbard whether or not he was a traitor. Play the clip.
Is Edward Snowden a traitor to the United States of America?
Senator, I will also repeat my answer. He broke the law.
You said earlier that you were offended by a question that my colleague from Kansas asked, which I think was his duty as somebody on this committee to fulfill his responsibility to advise and consent. We are not here to be a rubber stamp for the President of the United States. So let me ask you again, do you believe, as the chairman of this committee believes, as the vast majority of members of our intelligence agencies believe, that Edward Snowden was a traitor to the United States of America?
Senator, if confirmed as Director of National Intelligence, I will work with you to make sure that there is not another Snowden-like leak.
Media, it's not a moment to propagate theories, conspiracy theories, or attacks on journalism in the United States. This is when you need to answer the questions of the people whose votes you're asking for to be confirmed as the chief intelligence officer of this nation. As my colleague said, this is not about you. It's about the people that serve the intelligence agencies of the United States. Is Edward Snowden a traitor to the United States of America? That is not a hard question to answer when the stakes are this high.
Senator, as someone who has
your
served
answer,
in
yes
uniform,
or no, is Edward Snowden a traitor to the United States of America?
as someone who has worn our uniform in combat.
Sad. And finally, I want to show you a clip of dear old Ted Cruz discussing the hearings on Fox News, because there's no other place that they're going to go to continue to propagate the bullshit than Fox News. Play the clip.
They are afraid of is that Kash Patel will do exactly what Donald Trump promised. They are afraid. It's striking. If you look at what President Trump campaigned on across the country, one of the core promises Donald Trump made to this nation is that he would end the politicization and the weaponization of the Department of Justice and the FBI. He would bring integrity back to DOJ and the FBI. And the Democrats are terrified that's exactly what Kash Patel will do.
No. There's an enemies list put out by Kash Patel. Look, I don't know Kash Patel from a hole in the wall. I don't. All I know is he puts out a book. He has an enemies list. Many of the people happen to be individuals that Trump has issues with. And if they weaponize the Department of Justice, and nobody knows that better than I, Bill Barr weaponized the Department of Justice against me, had me unconstitutionally remanded back to prison, put back into solitary confinement. And let me be clear, solitary confinement sucks. All right, for 51 days in total. 51 days. So when I hear weaponization of the Justice Department, that Donald Trump is going to bring the integrity back using people like a Tulsi Gabbard or a Kash Patel, and that the enemies list, which exists but doesn't really exist, yeah, I'm concerned. I'm concerned not just for the 60 people, but for everyone. And you should too. And as always, thanks for listening.
Hey, everyone. First of all, thanks for watching. I mean, we're going to be posting daily episodes with reactions and talking about politics. We'll be talking about everything, in fact. So please like and subscribe. Join us on this journey.